Rock, verify, range go.
Range green.
All dressed up and nowhere to go.
Launch director on countdown 1. Hold. Stop the clock, LC.
A technical fault with the thrust control prevented liftoff earlier today. But then, the launch was never the most exciting thing about this SpaceX mission to resupply the International Space Station. The landing was. The private space company wants to create reusable rockets. And to do this, the rockets have to be able to land in one piece. This is the Grasshopper, an earlier test rocket. The Falcon 9 rocket was supposed to do a similar thing. After launching and taking its payload towards space, the first stage rocket would attempt an extraordinary first, controlling its descent to land on a barge in the sea. This is one of the engines used in the Apollo space missions back in the 1960s. It's now a piece in the Science Museum. And really, rocket technology hasn't fundamentally moved on since those days. Rockets are the most expensive part of any launch, but afterwards, they're simply discarded and left to burn up in the atmosphere. Cost-wise, it's the equivalent of building a passenger airline and then flying it just once. So creating reusable rockets would bring space exploration out of the museum and right up to date. The SpaceX Falcon 9 cost around $61 million to launch. That's around £40 million. It's still cheaper than most commercial launches, which can cost as much as $200 million, or £131 million. SpaceX's president last year said that if they succeed in making fully reusable rockets a reality, launch costs could be around 30 times cheaper.
Having reusable space rockets is the first step in really making space more accessible and sending payloads and satellites into space. And those reductions in costs of the launches will actually come down to will actually in turn benefit the scientists and the experiments and reduce those costs as well.
3, 2, 1.
The next launch window is on Friday morning, but even then, SpaceX cautions there's only a 50-50 chance of bringing the rocket down safely. Tom Cheshire, Sky News.